Now let us create a new mapping using views and constant operator and expression. See, I am putting as constant operator, expression. I am trying to insert details into the table. So this is the mapping I am going to use. In this one, let us try to use the view. Okay, so how we can include the view? View can be included using view operator. So employee salary this is the view we are getting, and constant operator I want to make use. Similarly, I want to use expression. And then I want to load the details into some table. Okay, right now we do not have any detail table, so let us create a new table, right? Create table. What we can put is emp cell com test. Okay, put it is what is the e name is varchar to 10, varchar to 30. Okay, salary is a number I am putting. Okay, com is number, again I am putting, and here let us say I am going to put inserted date, inserted on particular date, let us say. So these are the columns I want to have in my table emp cell com t. I have created the table in the database. Now go back to the tables properties. See, let us try to import the new table, right? I want to import the new table. What is the new table name? emp cell com t. I will put okay, this is the table I am including. So this table definition now is imported into the project. Okay, created, finished. Now this is the target table, right? We want to put the data into this table. Again, go back to the table operators and put it there, cell com t. Okay, so here the basic idea is, in the output group in the constants we want to put some constant value, and also in the expression, using expression we want to do something, and finally load the data into the table. So for constant, as I was telling, go back to the output details, and here in the output details I am going to put some information, some variables. Let us say I am putting the time. Okay, so the expression I am putting here is I am using the sysdate. Sysdate will give the current time from the database. This is the function I am using. Instead of that, I can put some default time. I can hard code it, but if I am using the sysdate, whenever this particular mapping is executed, the current time will be taken and updated into the tables. So instead of hard coding here, I am putting sysdate. Okay, I am using the sysdate. And see, some of the salaries and some of the commissions are having null values. So if null value is coming, what I want to do is I want to I want to display as 0. I don't want to put the null values into the final target table. So I am taking salary as input. I am taking salary as input. That means 2 input columns. I got to the expression. And output group we have to define, right? So for input group, salary is numeric 7 and 2, so I'm putting same salary, but the data type I will put. And the expression, what I will do is I'm using the NVL expression, NVL of salary comma 0. If it is null value, then let us show it as 0. That is my intention. So similarly you can do different options, NVL, all the inbuilt functions or concatenations, all those things actually you can do using expression. You can do NVL to NVL, decode, case statements you can put here, right? And you can have a concatenation with the different strings. You can include some functions based on this particular input values. All these things actually you can handle using the expression editor, expression operator. So this first column, first output group is only for salary, so I am closing it here. Okay, similarly let us go for the commission. For commission also I am putting the similar NVL function. And also you see you can do comparison expressions. You can do greater than, less than, okay, not equal to, or, and, percentage, divide. You can do this calculations also, concatenate also, plus or minus, all those things you can do. So for example, commission plus, I want to say for the existing values, let us say I want to add 100 as commission. Okay, this is also one kind of expression. Or you can do some case statements. For example, based on what I can do is a commission, let us say we did not include the department, right? So let us say we have included the department. So for department 10 I want to give commission 100, I want to add commission 100, right? And for department 20 I want to add 230. For department number 30 I want to add 300, like that. So in that case what we can do is we can use a case statement. Case, let us say I have the department number also. Case when, assume this commission equal to department number, okay, is equal to 10, then put this one, okay. When similar expression, right, is equal to 20, okay, I mean I am adding as 20, okay. When, sorry, let us copy the same thing again. When department number 30 is equal to add 30, 300, okay. And this is also kind of expression. These kind of all the things you can do. You can do multiplications, okay. You can do multiplications, minus, plus, all arithmetic operations also you can do. All these things you can do. And also here is equal to, I have used, let us say I am using less than or equal to 100, 10, I can give department number. Or conditions you can use, and conditions you can use. All the things actually you can put it into expression. So for the time being we do not have these many values, so I'm going with the NVL of this one, common commission. If it is 0, if it is null, I'm putting as 0. Okay, so I have defined the required values for this one. So for the department, for the target table, EMP SL commission T, employee name, there is no changes. I want to put the values as it is, so direct connection. Salary, I want to use the modified the salary with the expression I want to use for my target, do it. Similarly for commission, I want to use the modified commission. Okay, and I want to see when this particular record is inserted into the table. So for that, what we can do is I have defined in the constant as a sys time, sys date, right? So I will put this one. Now go back to the properties, table properties here. It is insert operation because we do not have any rows in this one, so I'm inserting the records into this table. Okay, and now go back to the configuration. Runtime mode, how you want to run. Let us say I want to run with the set based operation, right? And number of errors I am putting, it doesn't matter, right? When you are putting set based, anyway this number of errors will not come into picture. So what I will do is I will go back to the configuration. I have made it as set based operation. Here I do not have a procedures or complex things, so set based operation will work. But let us see how this set based operation will behave if we are doing some if there are any issues. Okay, so for that what I can do is in the employee table, EMP table, employee name is varchar of 10, but in our new table salcom t, employee name is of varchar to 30. Okay, so our target table is having 30 by 30 size, so there is no problem at all always, because the source itself is 10 but we have 30. So let us make this also 10 and let us do something here. So go back to the table structure here, just make it as 10. Okay, make it as 10. So the table got updated in the database. Now come back to the OWB. Okay, in the design center, just we have to update this table structure, right? Otherwise it will take as 30. So I am updating the table here. What it is doing, it is updating. See, all the columns are unchanged, only e name is got updated. Okay, so I am putting as okay, finish. So here in the mapping also, let me synchronize this one. So I am going it by the name, replace. So here also, what is the value we got? 10. Okay, so now I am going to do some expression on employee name also. For example, see, I am putting the employee name here, and first of all let us see what are all the records we have in this particular view. Where is the view? This view, see, these are all the values, right? So king is the president, right? King is the president, right? So what I will do is I will add an expression. So only for king I just want to display the description. King is the president. So employee name, it will be remaining there, but I will put a message only for the king. King is the president. But for all other employees I just want to keep it like that. So in the expression earlier we have seen, we have the different input groups, right? Employee name is a 10, output group, let us say here e name expression, let us say I'm putting there. So here I'm going to use the case statements and our case when e name is equal to king, then do the required modification, then do something else. On all other cases you no need to do anything. That means else e name as it is, put it there. Okay, so when it is king, what play? How do you want to display king as it is? See, I am concatenating with some and this is the employee name, is the employee name, that is king. Okay, and I am putting the message as president is president, or what I can put is king doesn't have manager. Okay, I am putting this message only for king. For all other employees, the employee name will come as it is. Okay, now this connection also I want to take it from expression. I don't want to take it directly, so let us come here. From employee name I am putting into this one. So remember that in the configuration part we are going to use set based operation. I have modified the default option. Default is set based failover to row based. Okay, so I have removed that option and modified it to set based operation. So let us see how this will work out. Now go back to the control center. And go to Scott location, because we are creating all our objects under all our mappings under Scott location, right? So map is expression. Now I'm going to create this mapping. I'm going to deploy this one. So it is saying that the generator was unable to produce any valid objects. Please correct the source objects before trying to deploy again. So here what is happening is C time constant is not compatible with the data type in output group salary date. So here what is the cancel under the constant, what we gave, see we have defined it as number, it should be date, right? That is the problem here, right? So I'm making it as a date, and now let us see, now let us validate it again. ename is numeric, doesn't match with ename. Varchar 2, where is ename, where it is numeric? See here in the output group again we have defined it as numeric. That's wrong, right? We should not do that. So let me put it varchar varchar 2 we have to take varchar max. I'm putting varchar max. Max means it will take maximum value. Now again validate. Validation, again there is some problem. Data type of output varchar maximum doesn't match with varchar. So in the table what do we have in the table? Varchar 10. Did we define? Okay, let us do one thing. Don't put varchar max, let us put varchar. Okay, then again go to validation. So validation is successful, validation got successful. Now go back to the deployment. Okay, refresh here, not deployed. Why this is saying not deployed? I think it is updating. Let's wait or close it again and open again. So I think it is internal, it is doing updating something. Let us wait for some time. So set based operation, what we have discussed, we have discussed a set based operation that it will try to process all the records. Right now in employee table there are 14 records, so all the 14 records it will try to process at a time, and if there are any errors it will try to stop the complete process. Let us see that. Okay, so again come back to the tools, open the control center, come to location, under that we have C expression. So I'm going to create it. So I'm deploying it now. So far we have validated, and now I'm doing the deployment. So it is deployment also completed. Deployment is successful. Script validation is successful. Okay, now start the mapping, execute the mapping. See, see, we got an error, right? Because what we have done, first of all let us see if there are any records inserted into EMP table. This table is empty, right? Now I am coming back to the center, design center. Here it is saying that the parameters, under the parameters it is saying that value too large for the Scott column. Come back here and let us open this one. We will find the complete message here. So what is the this is the table name, e name. Actual is 22, maximum is 10. That's true, because for the new table also we have defined the employee name as 10, right? Employee name as 10, but when it is trying to insert the data, it got 22. 22 is too high, right? So what went wrong? Because we have given in the expression, right? So employee name is there. For employee name, what was the expression we have given? We have given a big statement. So here, if it is king doesn't have manager. This is the message we want to give. But what is the length? Is it it can does the target table can accommodate it? Let us check that. Let us check what is the size. I am trying to find out the length. Let us see. This is 22. That's true. In the error message also it was saying that the actual size is 22. But actually allowed value is only 10. That's true, because in target the database column size is only 10, but you are trying to put 22. Okay, that is fine. That is only for one record, but there are different columns. What happened to them? I mean, there are different rows which doesn't have size more than 10, right? If you see the table, input table is the view. This is the view, right? So if you see the view, all the employee names are having very less. I mean, they are within, their length is within 10. So they should be inserted into the table, right? That's not happening here, because we are using set based operation. In set based operation, the problem is it will insert only if all the records can be processed. Even if one record is failing, is not able to insert into target table with some issues, then obviously it will stop the complete process. That is what we have discussed, right? So that is what happening here. So it may be one record, that is fine, no problem, but again it is not able to insert the complete records, and it is closing the process. So what we have to do is, here the set based operation may not be suitable for this particular mapping, right? Because I want to see all other employee details. Maybe if this record is failing, maybe I should see this record as a failed record, right? So at that time what we can do is, let us do one thing. Let us go back to the mapping and modify the properties, configuration properties, and then try to re-execute it. Okay, let us go back to the configuration. In the configuration, during runtime parameters, now I am changing it to set based failover to row based. That means it should try with the set based operation, right? And it will fail, then it will switch to row based operation. So in row based operation, okay, I am giving maximum number of errors 50, so there is no problem. Only one record should not be inserted into the target table, all other 13 records should be inserted, right? So now I am deploying this one. I have modified the configuration. Again, compile the package, compile the mapping, okay, and execute it. See, number of rows selected 14, inserted 13, okay, but one record got failed with the error, numeric or value error, character string buffer too small, actual is 22, maximum is 10. And if you go back to the table and if you check, except the king record, all other employees should be there in the table. And also just see, we are getting the when the record got inserted is also displayed. See, king is not there. So king is not there because this record got issues, so it was not inserted. And besides that, we are seeing all the records, I mean with the timestamp. See, all the records got inserted at a time, though they are processed in a row-based operation, because the number of records are very less, so it is very quick. So here also, so this this is the limitation with the set-based operation. But when you are doing with the set-based failout or row-based operation, that is the always it is safe option. So here expression, let us say we have given some two big characters, right? So instead of that, so I'm putting a small information here. So king is 4 letters. I'm putting 2 brackets 6. Again, I have 4 characters, right? So I'm putting as no manager, 4 letters. So the total size is 10. So it should be inserted. Now let us see. Again, deploy the mapping with the new changes. So whenever you are modifying anything in the mapping, you have to deploy. Then only the updated changes will be reflected in the code. Okay. So it got compiled properly, and I'm executing the mapping, because right now already records are there. For the time being, what I will do is, for this testing, for this particular mapping, I will truncate the records first. I will truncate the records manually. Truncate table. Okay. So now there are no records, and now again I'm going to execute the mapping. So come back to this mapping and start. See, now it got executed successfully. 14 records inserted, selected, 14 records got inserted. And if we see the time, we see the records, king also should be there, right? See, for king, only for king, the description is a bit different. No manager. That is what we have given in the expression. So this is only for checking this, all these operators. We are giving this kind of messages. But in your business or project, as per the requirement, we have to do the expressions. Maybe sometimes you have to concatenate with some meaningful information, like that. See, this time also changed. Now earlier it was, I think, 47. Now it is 49. Okay, that means all the records got inserted. This is how what is this operators we are testing now. Constant and expression. So from expression, expression, and also okay, for the employee name expression, okay, no name, no manager, this part came, that is absolutely fine. And for salaries and commission also we have used NVL, right? So if you see for the king, it came 0. Let us see what are the records we have for king and all. What is the commission? King commission is null. So it is null, so it came as 0 because we are using the NVL expressions. For salary there are no, I mean all the employees have some salary, so NVL is not used. Okay, but for commission there are many records with null values, so all of them got zeros. Wherever it is null, it came 0. So that means this expression, commission expression worked, SVL salary expression worked, employee name expression worked, and the constant is for populating the time when this particular record got executed is also worked. So all the things, all the constant and expressions worked properly. Okay, so we have some other operators we can see in the next sessions. Next session is, let us take transformation operator. We can see, so transformation operator is something like, let us say we have a pre-built procedures or functions in our database. So those procedures or functions we want to use in this particular mapping. At that time we can use the transformations. Transformations are mainly designed for procedures, functions or table functions. Okay, so we will see how we can implement transformations.